we're off to a very different part of the program. Heading up, we've asked two very lovely people, one who happens to be a native Long Islander, Maurice Dubois, and his lovely co-host, Christine Johnson. They're now in charge of the next hour, so please give them a nice welcome.
Thank you, Jackie. Hi, everyone.
How's everybody doing?
That was a hell of a speech, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Honestly, that might be the best one ever here at the FOLIO
Since
Award.
I've been here.
What makes the FOLIOs special, at least one of the aspects of it, is that the public judges and decides who takes home a FOLIO.
Yeah, you know, we couldn't do our job without feedback from all of you, good or bad. We like the good better. But, you know, seriously, I mean, it's a communication between audience and your reporters and the anchors and our producers and our editors, and it's your feedback is so valuable in our day-to-day process of gathering the news that you want to hear and that matters in your lives.
And we saw a lot of stories over the past year, a lot of them that enlightened us, that gave us hope, that covered the good, the bad, the ugly that Christine talked about. And we're going to kick off the thing here today by presenting the very first award of the day, right?
Yes, in an extensive series of enterprising reports, Long Island Press uncovered corruption in the Nassau County Police Department, which has led to indictments. And this story still continues to unfold. Accepting the award today is Shelley Fever Dimash. Congratulations to the Long Island Press.
We all know politics can get ugly, especially in an election year, but here is a disturbing twist.
Yeah, take a look at what WNBC's Greg Sergel found happening inside one local re-election campaign.
There is video.
The video captures what began as a political confrontation.
You know this is private property. Do you have permission, sir?
Yes, I do.
Supporters of Republican Nassau legislator John Ciotti placed campaign signs on the headquarters of Ciotti's Democratic opponent, Carrier Solages. Solages' sister Mickey was videotaping the entire incident with community members looking on. The racial comments she heard next shocked her. The man in the video has been identified as a Ciotti campaign volunteer named Vinnie Prisco. Legislator Ciotti calls the video despicable and says after seeing it, Prisco was fired.
WNBC, here is Greg Sergel to accept. Greg.
The poor economy made finding jobs very difficult here in the Long Island area this past year, and News 12 Long Island's Stone Grissom has that story.
Ann and Mel Strauss of Smithtown seem like a typical couple. Both grew up on Long Island. Mel went to Hofstra University, then got his master's at Penn State, and got her bachelor's degree at Marquette University. Ambitious and hardworking, and like many Long Islanders, unemployed.
Never imagined not working. I was one of these multitasking people that was always doing a million things at home, at work, socially.
They're not alone. According to the State Labor Department, Long Island's unemployment rate for October 2011 was 6.6%.
From the outside, it seems like the symbol of success. The Strausses, like many Long Island couples, are highly educated, at the top of their fields. But when the housing market crashed in 2005, Mel Strauss lost his job in the banking industry. Then 3 years later, as the recession grew worse, Ann Strauss lost her job in the public relations industry, turning their American dream into more of a nightmare.
We're going to have the award accepted up here on his behalf. Congrats once again to News 12 Long Island. Well done.
As much as Mo and I love the spotlight, we're actually going to share it with some of our other competitors here today. So we'd like to welcome here to the podium WNBC's Linda Baccaro and Mike Gargiulo.
Good to see everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Wait, I'm just selling my Facebook shares based on Donnie's recommendation.
And I've got a good idea for a reality show.
I do too.
Yeah, Mayor Deutsch in a budget meeting with his commissioners, right? Good to see you all. Today, the first award we'll be presenting falls in one of the special folio categories. There are categories that are designed to address specific issues that Long Islanders want to know more about. And the category in this case that we're talking about is accountability news.
Investigative reporter Barbara Nevins-Taylor uncovered something interesting happening inside one particular Long Island water district. So let's take a look.
7 out of 14 employees and commissioners at the Franklin Square Water District are related.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Business manager Carmen DiMartino earned $117,800 this year. He's the son-in-law of a former commissioner. Now, Sal Intagliata is the chairman of the Franklin Square Water Commission, and he sees nothing wrong with the family connections.
So this is like a family business?
No, it's a municipality, but you might want to call it that, but it's
a family business.
It's run very, very efficiently.
Do you know how many people voted in the last election?
I'm not absolutely sure.
Approximately?
Honest, maybe 150.
Now 20,000 homes receive water in this district.
And here to accept the award is Barbara Nevins-Taylor. Congratulations to everyone on the Fox 5 News team.
Our next folio winner also happens to have one of the best headlines. Congratulations to Long Island Press for its news analysis, and to Congressman Peter King, the shy Peter King as we know him, who always manages to say something interesting.
Accepting the award is Christopher Twarowski, Spencer Rumsey, and Rashid Mian. Congratulations to Long Island Press.
Well, this past fall, of course, Long Island was hit with the worst hurricane since Gloria back in 1985.
Well, 1010 Winds was covering the Hurricane Irene story while most of the people in this room were probably literally in the dark. Let's take a listen.
398,000 as of now remain without power, according to LIPA. They expect to make significant progress today. Now, yesterday, immediately after the storm and then after the strong wind, they had about 523,000 out. They've got 125,000 back online. So basically, roughly, that's about 25% already taken care of. That's the good news. The bad news is that they're saying that about 90% of the customers should be up by Friday. 10% may take into the weekend. Terry Sheridan, 1010 Winds, live in Suffolk County.
Terry's working.
Terry's working. As Maurice says, we'll accept it here at the podium.
Well, we've got unfortunately, a lot of serious news, but of course, obviously, this is what happened over the year. Now we're going to be talking about the murders at Gilgo Beach, which of course shook Long Island over the last year, and as one gruesome discovery led to another.
So we'd like you to listen now to WCBS News Radio 880. Here's a portion of their continuing coverage of this story.
Suffolk County Police have resumed the search for clues in the case of 4 bodies found near Ocean Parkway. WCBS reporter Sophia Hall has the latest.
The FBI is working with the Suffolk County Long Island Police Department trying to identify the 4 bodies found and to search for a possible serial killer. At different times over a year-and-a-half period, Commissioner Richard Dormer said someone drove to the side of the road here on the Ocean Parkway and dumped the remains in the bushes. Sophia Hall, WCBS 880 News.
Accepting the award is Sophia Hall and Mike Zirinax. Great job, WCBS News Radio 880.
Well, the final award that Linda and I will be presenting is another focus on that tragedy, and it is ongoing at Gilgo Beach. The Long Island Press takes home a folio for its editorial, Getting Away with Murder Without a Serial Killer, Missing Prostitutes Just Don't Matter. Wow.
Accepting the award is Jacqueline Gallucci. Congratulations to the Long Island Press.
Thank you so much for your attention.
And I guess we'll see you next year, right? And
We'll
we'll
see you
see who
next
the
year.
keynote is and what happens then. Thanks. Good to see you guys.
Thank you, Mike and Linda. Really appreciate it. Now we're going to welcome to the podium our good friends from New Jersey, My Nine's Harry Martin and Sharon Crowley.
Hello, everybody. I know I'm a little slow as the dinner, the lunch and everything. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you. We're very, very glad. 2 rivers away over in New Jersey there. You know where it is, right?
This is my first time here,
Indeed.
so I'm very excited to be here. Harry and I are both really excited to be here. And we're going to get started right away. We're going to celebrate the best in local news, right? I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to it. We're going to start things off by giving out the prestigious Robert W. Greene FOLIO Award for Investigative Journalism in the categories of radio, television, and newspapers.
Now, this one takes us to the days of Hurricane Irene's cleanup. Some questions regarding spending oversight. Let's listen now to a clip from the winner, WSHU Public Radio's report on LIPA.
Starting in January, WSHU began investigating the Long Island Power Authority's response to storms. Specifically, we looked at a non-storm, Hurricane Earl, which grazed Long Island last September. WSHU examined 4,000 pages of receipts and invoices and found reckless overspending that went unnoticed by LIPA until our reporter, Charles Lane, began asking questions.
National Grid gave each crew guide $3,000 in cash, and records showed they were fastidious in making sure every dime was accounted for. But according to documents and interviews, very little care was given to what was actually purchased, so long as there was a receipt for it.
I have an award here. Anyone? Anyone? All right.
All right, it's your money. We want to talk about money, right? WSHU performed a great public service with its story. Accepting the award is Charles Lane. Congratulations to WSHU Public Radio's news team.
All right, so this should really be no surprise by now. The Long Island Press, exceptional reporting to shed light on the inner workings of the Nassau County Police Department, earns them a FOLIO Award for Investigative Journalism.
Accepting the award, Shelley Dimash and Christopher Twarski. Another award for Long Island Press.
Final Robert W. Greene FOLIO Award of the day goes to WVVH-TV for its story about foul play in a jail cell, but not by the inmates, but rather the police themselves.
That's right. The Greene Award, of course, is named after Newsday legend Bob Greene, who was a frequent speaker at FMC events. Let's take a look at the jail death tapes.
For nearly 5 years, this Long Island family stayed silent, quietly fighting to uncover the truth about the death of 20-year-old Scott Erickson. Now his relatives believe they know how and why he died. A deputy named Eddie Schimizzi throwing Scott into the cell. It was only recently that the family uncovered a tape, a phone call that Deputy Sergeant Jeffrey Noss made to his supervisor describing Scott's fall.
It's like a coconut cracking. Took the words out of my mouth. I actually turned around and expected to see the blood coming out of his head right away. It hit so hard.
Deputies would later claim Scott had grabbed Simovich's shirt and accidentally fallen to the floor, didn't seem to have any problems, and refused medical attention.
That was Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Wallace, who also, I woke up to that voice, by the way, this morning. That voice said, "My sinuses are really bothering me. My allergies are terrible." Sarah Wallace is my wife, and I'll accept the award for her on her behalf. And thank you very much. She is out working. She could not be here.
All right, our next and last award is a special category of particular importance here in Long Island: energy trends and feature reporting.
So let's give it up once again for the Long Island Press for its story focusing on the Long Island Power Authority and the National Grid called Fight the Power.
Accepting the award, Spencer Rumsey. Great job again, Long Island Press.
Here it is. This is winning in the Spot News category. This WCBS News radio piece takes us on the scene of Hurricane Irene.
Hurricane Irene is picking up steam as she heads toward New York. Next target, Long Island.
Irene looks like she took a little jog off the coast between Asbury Park and Long Branch and is heading towards the south shore of central Nassau County.
Now, the storm's a bit weaker, but still packing hurricane force winds of 75 miles per hour. Those strong winds have been knocking down power lines left and right. LIPA says a quarter of its customers are now without power.
Accepting the award today, Sophia Hall and Mike Zirinax. Congratulations, WCBS News Radio 88 team.
So I want to invite everybody to tune into My 9 tonight at 10 o'clock. Also, Fox 5 News. Of course, it's a free plug. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Also, Fox 5 News at 6 o'clock. I'll see you then. I'll look for you, okay? Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
And moving right along, we're going to bring up our next presenters, Steve Lacey and Jill Nicolini from Fox 5. Guys?
Hello, Mr. Lacey.
How are you again?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you once again today.
This is our first time, so basically, I think as Donnie would say, we're losing our V card here today.
That is the truth, yeah.
Is that too much? All right.
It wasn't too much, but again, I guess, Steve, with our 20 seconds of opening remarks, any shameless plugs you want to add, maybe about your Twitter account?
At Stephen Lacey, thank you.
You
Harry
got it.
all the programming ones on. All right, the first folio we're presenting is for the best newspaper feature over 2,000 words.
Yeah, he did say 2,000 words, right? It's so not like the TV business.
It's like 150 tweets, essentially. All right, and it's another win for the Long Island Press with a story about problems inside a crime lab in Nassau County.
Shelley Fever Dimash, and again, Christopher Chorowski.
Well, this is a very serious story as well. Losing a child, obviously every parent's worst nightmare.
Yet, the Long Island family managed to do something positive after their terrible tragedy. CBS New York's Jennifer McLaughlin has the story.
A Long Island father accidentally backs his SUV over his 2-year-old son, killing him.
But instead of drowning in their grief, he and his family pushed for a new law to end this driveway danger.
Living through the loss of a child, particularly when you're responsible for it, was just a complete, utter, devastating tragedy.
Branson, a pediatrician, was contacted by dozens of other parents who too had backed over their little ones, injuring or killing them. They pleaded with the doctor to take their fight to Washington. Congress passed the Cameron Gilbranson Kids Transportation Safety Act. The federal government just announced following 60 days of public comment, mandatory changes are expected, requiring automakers to eliminate blind zones, outfitting new vehicles with monitors that display a live image while driving in reverse.
Accepting that award is Jennifer McLaughlin. Congrats to everybody from the CBS New York News team.
Alrighty. Did you know that changing the color of your eyes is now pretty much just as easy as buying colored contacts from your local drugstore?
I watched The Housewives. I actually did know that.
Yeah.
All right, WNBC's Paisley Chang reports that this might not be the best idea or even legal. Here's a clip.
The desire to look like celebrities might be fueling the craze for colored contact lenses, but for Erica Barnes, her decision to change her look nearly cost her her vision. According to the FDA, any contacts, even those for cosmetic purposes, can only be purchased with a valid prescription. But Erica says she picked hers up at a beauty store in Queens for $20.
The population that's targeted here is a very vulnerable population of young teenage girls who would do a lot for cosmetic purposes, and it's absolutely illegal.
And of course, Miss Paisley Chang is here to accept the award. Congratulations to the WNBC News team.
Now we're going to turn to the category of economic, business, and consumer issue news. Here, the Long Island Press took a hard look at the proposal to privatize your sewage system. For enterprise reporting goes to FIOS, one for its series about fighting hunger on Long Island. We do have a quick clip here.
Yeah, we do.
This is our special presentation of Harvest for Hunger, Starving on Long Island.
Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to be taking a look at the growing struggle against hunger that many people on Long Island face, along with millions of other Americans who simply don't have enough to eat. And we're going to tell you about some of the organizations right in Nassau and Suffolk that work tirelessly to provide millions of pounds of food to the hungry living among us. You're watching a FIOS One News special presentation, Harvest of Hunger, Starving on Long Island.
Richard French and Claire Hickey, congrats to the FIOS One team. Steve, I think that's it for us. It's our time to get out of the spotlight.
And we did morning, so it's the weekend.
That means it's time to go to bed, though, still for me.
Right, nap time. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thanks, guys. First time on the stage. Well done. You have seen our next presenters on Pix 11.
Yes, please welcome to the stage two very lovely ladies, Sukanya Krishnan and Frances Rivera.
We're really happy to be here to represent the Pix 11 Morning News and WPIX, and local news is what is the business that we are in, and we are so happy to do it.
And so we are excited to be here this morning. My first time, you've been here before, filling me in on how this all works out. So as we continue this afternoon here with our winners, we start off with
the
political
first
news.
Yeah, first category is political news.
Here's a quick clip from the WSHU Public Radio's piece on the battle that faces Suffolk County's resident redistricting committee.
Redistricting is traditionally a bruising political battle with a lot at stake. Where lawmakers draw district lines could mean a 10-year dominance for one political party. Charles Lane, WSHU News.
Accepting the award is Charles Lane and Naomi Starr Robin. Congratulations to WSHU Public Radio.
Very different type of award, a FOLIO winner right now, given this day and age that we live in. Social media has become part of our personal and professional lives, as we all know.
Yeah. I'm Twittering as we speak. Not really. Yeah. I try to give that bad habit up. But 3 years ago, the Fair Media Council and social media categories to acknowledge businesses and nonprofits that effectively use social media. So I need a lot of help, so please help me.
Now, will you remember when you first started your Facebook account and the addiction first started and you'd bring it up at work and you saw a boss or coworker and you'd be like, minimize, don't look. But now in this day and age, you're urged to tweet, you're urged to Facebook on the job. So today we acknowledge the first social media award goes to Winthrop University Hospital for Best Nonprofit Campaign and no more minimizing those windows when you're on Facebook or Twitter.
All right, accepting the award is Karen Senecal and Wendy Goldstein. Congratulations, Winthrop University Hospital.
Now we go to a FOLIO Awards special category here, Energy Trends feature. It's My LITV that scores a win with this look at the threat of global carbon dioxide emissions.
And we're interested in a number of things connected with climate. More specifically, the group that I'm involved in is interested in understanding the carbon cycle. There is absolutely no debate that CO2 concentration has been rising rapidly since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and really no debate that it's going to be up to 550 parts per million by about 2050.
Now accepting the award is Waldo Cabrera of My LITV. Waldo, congratulations.
And now the category of feature story under 2,000 words, Long Island Business News earned a FOLIO for a retrospective on Harry Chapin and the organization that continues to carry on Harry's legacy. Congratulations to Ambrose Clancy and the Long Island Business News.
Let's turn our attention now to sports news. Here's what WNBC's Greg Sergall turned into something called The Black Beast.
Yep. I really want to know what that title, I want to know what this is all about. Let's take a look.
This is one of America's original race cars, built in 1909. But if you think it's a quaint old piece of machinery, you're underestimating Howard Kroplick's baby, the Black Beast, or in French, Bête Noire. It twice won America's first great road race, Long Island's Vanderbilt Cup, the Super Bowl of its day. In 1911, the Black Beast made history again, finishing 33rd in the first Indianapolis 500. In its heyday, this car could go fast, reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour. And later this week, it'll be heading back to the Indy 500. The Black Beast will take another lap around the famous Brickyard with 4 other cars that competed in that first race 100 years ago.
Congratulations again, Greg and the team at NBC4. There he is. All right, there's been a lot of medical developments in Long Island business news, found an unusual one.
That's right, in this category of science, health, environment issues, LIBN scored a FOLIO award for a look at rat scans.
Like. Congratulations again to Long Island Business News. Accepting is John Caligari.
And for Francis and myself, we'd like to say thank you very much.
I want to introduce you to 2 personal friends of mine, actually. I'm very proud to say that I've gotten to know them over the past few years while after I arrived at WCBS. They are the voices that you hear in the afternoons on WCBS 880 radio.
Silky smooth, golden voices, Steve Scott and Wayne Cabot from WCBS News Radio 880.
Radio anchors, we prefer to be heard and not seen.
So that's what you look like. You can open your eyes now. Steve Scott.
I'm the short one. You're the tall one.
Never looked at you before. Our first award goes to Pix 11. I love Pix 11. Officer Joe Bolton, Popeye. Yeah. Pix 11 for science, health, and environmental news.
With a title like Motorcycle Granny, we know you're wondering what this is all about. Let's take a look.
You're about to meet a grandmother of 9 with a pretty feisty personality. I mean, this woman rides a motorcycle. Nothing slowed her down. That is, until she found herself desperately in need of surgery. 60-year-old Nancy Puglisi loves her Harley. It's 1,000 pounds of machinery that makes her feel alive. But it was this tiny piece of machinery weighing almost nothing and a brilliant neurosurgeon that saved her life as she knew it. Her eye doctor sent her for an MRI.
The MRI showed what's called a meningioma. With this carbon dioxide laser, we can be very precise, removing these types of tumors from important neural and vascular structures.
There's no pain. It was uncomfortable.
One of the first questions she had before surgery was whether or not she could get back on her Harley-Davidson motorcycle.
And accepting the award is the doctor himself, Dr. Steve Salvatore. Congrats to the Pix 11 team.
With the high price of gas, some people are looking toward hydrofracking. I'd rather Donnie say that. That word scares me, hydrofracking. But environmental concerns make this alternative energy a controversial topic.
And the coverage of this debate earns the Long Island Press another FOLIO award.
The award today, Jacqueline Gallucci and Spencer Rumsey. Congratulations, Long Island Press.
So the winner of the feature category goes to a broadcast story about a college baseball player who overcame a terrible accident.
Let's take a look at the Comeback Kid.
They told me I had a pretty good year in 2007, and I don't remember ever playing. It's like a blank slate. It's like it never happened, but it's there in the record book, so.
Sadly, there's a reason why Joe can't remember his career season. Joe had been struck by a car crossing Francis Lewis Boulevard in the Whitestone section of Queens. The whole family's sole focus was making sure Joe pulled through. While doctors had not given them a particularly optimistic prognosis, Joe did pull through, but waking up was just the beginning. Over time, though, slowly but surely, Joe was starting to come back.
I devoted myself to this for 3 years. There hasn't been anything else.
Joe would be the first one to tell you he isn't all the way back yet. That 2007 season still lingers as what could have been or what still could be. You can call him the comeback kid if you like, just know that this comeback isn't close to being over yet.
Accepting the award is Rich Barabi. Congratulations to the FiOS 1 News team.
Now back to social media. Someone was fortunate enough to win, get this, the Social Media Icon Award. And it's HJMT Communications.
And accepting the award, HJMT's own Hillary Topper. Congratulations, HJMT.
And the Community Service Award for social media goes to the East Midtown Partnership website.
And Hillary, don't sit down. Accepting the award is Hillary Topper on behalf of East Midtown Partnership. And again, congratulations.
The final award we are presenting is in the category School to Workforce Feature Reporting.
So let's watch My LITV story about a place where kids get a chance to be adults.
We have about 11 businesses here. And students assume lots of different kinds of responsibilities, from a bookkeeper to store managers to the mayor to accountants and lawyers, and the same kinds of vocations that you might find in the real world. And they're actually having a whole lot of fun while they're learning.
We get to experience when we get older, what job we do, what it will feel like, and I think that it's a good idea to do this.
Accepting the award today is My LITV's Waldo Cabrera. Waldo, congratulations.
This is the part where we say that wraps it up for Steve and me.
Thank you, Wayne and Steve. Once again, I'd like to introduce and invite to the podium now CJ Papa and Megan Vega. They represent FiOS 1 News.
So real quick, I'm from Roslyn. I live in Manhasset. It's an honor for me, JC, to be here and be up here on the stage and be in front of everybody, because I think Long Island has a lot to offer. I know CBS is in town, but we at FiOS 1, I think we do a great job. All right, let's get right to it. Our first award goes to the Long Island Press for their story about the East Side Access Project. Come on up.
Accepting the award is Spencer Rumsey. Story called Best Laid Plans. It earns, again, the Long Island Press yet another folio.
And accepting the award is Spencer Rumsey, and congratulations to the Long Island Press.
All right, CJ, have you ever heard of Food Day?
Well, we all work in the media, so we all know what free food is.
Yummy, the best kind. All right, let's just listen to Walk Radio's David North on this special day designed to promote healthy living and sustainable food.
Recently, America celebrated the first actual Food Day, an observance inspired by the success of the first Earth Day more than 40 years ago. In Suffolk, the Department of Health Services was host to the celebration. Among the participants were representatives of farmers markets and the Suffolk Department of Health Services Bureau of Public Health Protection, who introduced the I Choose 600 program. Chris Sortino.
What we're really actually trying to do is have people, in order to stay within the 2,000 calories, just choose 3 sensible meals that are around 600 calories each, and then 2 meals that are 100 calories.
Accepting the award is Long Island's hardest working radio reporter, David North. Congratulations to WLK Radio 97.5. All right, well, today almost everyone has Facebook, and I think we all do, and but sometimes you don't make the most of it.
No, sometimes you don't. Our next winner certainly does. The Social Network Award for the best use of Facebook goes to Long Island Restaurant Week.
Accepting the award is Steve Hawilli, the boss at Ward Hampton. Congratulations on the success of Long Island Restaurant Week.
All right, well, our next winner takes us back in time. Some of the footage is even in black and white.
And WNBC's Greg Sergel has a story about a different kind of Navy.
The waters off Long Island are renowned for their beauty and tranquility, but during World War II, they were a battleground. Jack Fisher of Greenport watched as Nazi U-boats sank 160 Allied cargo ships in 2 months. So in 1941, he volunteered to join the fight with a ragtag bunch of locals who earned the nickname the Hooligan Navy. The group patrolled East Coast waters for the Nazi subs and, if seen, radioed in their position. There's no record of any German U-boat that was sunk or captured because of the picket patrol's work. But Jack Fisher says he learned firsthand just how effective the group was when he met with a former U-boat commander after the war.
He just said, "I hated you bastards. I traveled 3,000 miles and I have a sailboat pick me up."
And accepting the folio again, Greg Sergel. Congrats to the WNBC Newsroom.
Well, the final social media award goes to the best blog or website devoted to chronicling local news. And the Shutterbug Award, appropriately enough, goes to the Long Island Business News.com.
And accepting the award is Michael Samuels. Congratulations to the Long Island Business News.
Well, we're out of awards.
We're out of awards.
So what does that mean?
Well, it was nice to see you, CJ. That's what that means.
You know, I'll see you at the Christmas party.
I'll see you.
And
Thanks
just
so
remember, Fios 1 sunrise in the morning, Fios 1
evening, and nighttime edition at night, 7 and 10 o'clock. Thank you so much for having us.
All right, folks, we've made it to the end, the very last award.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right. You know what? This story is a heart warmer. I want you to check this one out. It's from first-time Folio Award winner Stacy Sweet. She gives us a story about a very special day camp. Take a look.
Sunrise Day Camp is the only day camp in the nation for children with cancer and their siblings. It's no ordinary day camp, it's extraordinary. And with each new sunrise, every camper here gets a chance to be what every kid should be, just a kid. There's no more beautiful sight or sound than this. Children having the time of their lives, looking like they don't have a care in the world. And at this very moment at camp, they don't.
When I was 14, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and that first summer was a little too rough for me to come here. It's nice to be in an environment where everyone knows how you feel, and you don't have to say anything, but everyone just kind of feels it.
Everything a kid would dream for is here.
Accepting the award, Stacy Sweet and Tom Zwiebel.
Thank you so much for joining us at this year's Folio Awards. For WVVH, I'm Cailin Kosik.